Hi guys, welcome back to another video with Pratham Test Prep. This is your host Sanjeev Bhatia again, and we are back with a new video on your legal affairs for your CLAT 2023. So as we all know that CLAT 2023 is arriving in the month of December. So the months that we are discussing right now have become very important and crucial for all of you to focus on now. Okay, so if you are not a part of our Telegram channel, do make sure that you're subscribing to it. And also, what is the first news for the day? So there are new nominations that are being done to the Rajya Sabha of the country. Now, these four people have been nominated from different places. So you can see that the four nominations are Ilya Raja, who's a music maestro from Tamil Nadu. The next one is P.T. Usha, who's a very famous sports person that we have heard since all our childhood, who's a sports icon, and also from Kerala is the second person. V. Vijendra Prasad, who is acclaimed screenwriter from Karnataka, is also being nominated. Virendra Hegre, who's a philanthropist and a spiritual leader, is the fourth one to be nominated in this list of nominations for the Rajya Sabha. Now, these nominated members have received multiple national and global recognitions also, and they are the best in their industry. And also, furthermore, it sends a political message as well. Now, why are these members being nominated to the Rajya Sabha of the country? Is because there are a total of 245 members. Out of them, President of India nominates 12 members on the recommendation of the government. Now, these nominations are made in accordance with the Article 80, Part 3 of the Constitution, and also the nominated member can join a political party within 6 months of taking the nominated seat, right? So this is what the law says about it. So now I hope everybody is clear about the nominations and who are being nominated. Now coming to the next news, that is that the forest conservation rules of 2022. Now the MOEFCC has recently notified the forest conservation rules of 2022 under the Forest Conservation Act of 1980. Now, what was included in this act? What were the provisions of forest conservation rules of 2022 includes? The first is that the advisory committee, a screening committee at state or union territory, and a regional empowered committee will be constituted for monitoring purposes. Now, integrated region offices will be set up, and also the rules have provided for a fixed time for reviewing each project quickly. Okay. Now, states are going to be responsible for settling forest rights of forest dwellers under the Forest Rights Act of 2006. They were also allowed diversification of forest land. Now, compensatory afforestation will not now be allowed in other states. If a state has more than 2/3 area under green cover or more than 1/3 area under forest cover, then the CA would be allowed to taken in other states where this cover is below 20%. Okay, so that's what the states have said. Now, what is the Environment Protection Act of 1986? It was enacted under the Article 253 of the Constitution of India that came in force in 1986. Now, the Act also provides for a framework to study, plan, and also implement long-term requirements of environment safety. And also, it lays down a system of adequate and speedy response for the situations that are threatening the environment. So it is, in the end of the day, it is to protect the environment and also to provide safety to all the flora and fauna of the country. Now, coming to the next part is that categorizations of CDRI as international organization. The Union Cabinet, chaired by the Prime Ministers, have approved the categorization of the Coalition of Disaster Reinsettlement Infrastructure, that is CDRI, as an international organization. Now, the headquarters agreement was also signed with the CRDI. This agreement will grant it an exemptions, immunities, and privileges in accordance with the United Nations Act of 1947. Now, how will these agreements help the CRDI? It will help the CRDI in deputing experts to countries which are vulnerable to disaster risk and seek for post-disaster recovery. It will also bring experts from member countries to India for similar purposes. Now also they will also be developing funds at the global level and also receive contributions from the member countries for the activities. It will be able to assist countries to develop resilient infrastructures by providing technical expertise to them, and also provide opportunity for the Indian scientists to learn and also take these infrastructure developments that are going on the global level and learn from the global experts. Now, what is the next news? That the conversion therapy for the LGBTQA plus persons must be treated as a professional misconduct, right? Now, while issuing a slew of directions for the upliftment of the LGBTQ community, the Madras High Court has directed the National Medical Commission to enlist conversion therapy as a professional misconduct. Now, also this comes continuing to the earlier directions that were issued, right, to the commissions, right, including the State Medical Council shall notify conversion therapy as misconduct also. Okay. Now the court has directed Standing Council for the Medical Commission to refer the suggestions put forward by the petitioners about conversion practices and scope of its prohibition. So now they want to prohibit this conversion therapy, which doesn't work, obviously. So they are saying that it is treated as professional misconduct. Now, PM Cares Fund, as we have heard a lot about PM Care Fund in the recent times. So the Delhi High Court has stayed the CIC order, which is directing Income Tax Department to disclose the details of the tax exemptions under the Right to Information Act. Now, the Delhi High Court on Thursday stayed an order of the Central Information Commission that was been directing the Income Tax Department to provide details regarding the tax exemption granted to PM Cares Fund in accordance to the Right to Information Act. Now, a single judge bench comprising of Justice Yashwant Verma observed that the issue of which PM Cares Fund is a public authority is sub judice before a division bench of the High Court, right? So that's why they have stayed the order that they can go and check the tax exemptions and all other things that are there under the PM Cares Fund. So there is a lot going on for the PM Cares Fund also, so you can keep an eye on the details for it. Now, transgender persons classified as the most backward class for a reservation in educational institutions, government jobs, that is the Tamil Nadu government tells the High Court, as the Madras High Court on Wednesday disposed of a petition seeking reservation for third gender in the government job after it was informed by the Advocate General R. Shugamastharam and that the government has already issued necessary orders way back in 2015 granting the benefits of reservation to the community. Now, the Chief Justice bench of Munish Nath Bhandari, that is Mr. M.N. Bhandari, and Justice N. Mala opinionated that no further directions were necessary and that present date petitions were unnecessary. And also considering the submissions of the Learned Advocate General, the present date position is unnecessary for them, and also issued that they had to be treated as the most backward classes to enable them to avail the benefits of reservation. Therefore, no further direction is required in the same. So it was quashed by the government, by the High Court also. As you can see that the Chief Justice, Mr. M.N. Bhandari, was also involved in the case. Right. So this is it for today, guys. I hope you were able to catch up on some legal affairs for your CLAT 2023. So do make sure that you hit on the like button and also bell icon for regular updates. Thanks for joining this live session. Hope you all learned something today. Take care of yourselves and have a nice day ahead.